Spider-Man 4 is very likely to start shooting early 2025, seeing as Shang-Chi's director, Daniel Cretton, is in talks to direct the movie, which means they are very close to starting pre-production. Also, this is coming from a trade, The Hollywood Reporter. In the same article, it says they're going to restart to shoot that movie early 2025, with Tom Holland and Zendaya in talks to renegotiate the contract, as you're not going to have a Spider-Man movie without MJ. I know a lot of people think because of the spell, she was not going to it. But first, we've got a message from our video sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends is a game I've come across lately. The biggest and best online game. It's story-driven RPG game, which can be played on a mobile phone and your very own PC with the same account and literally the exact same game. So, we've teamed up. But why? Because Raid Shadow Legends is having its biggest ever event to date, the Asgard Divide. It runs from August 23rd to November 22nd, with players being able to collect 4 champions based on the Norse mythology. The 4 champions are Loki the Deceiver, Thor, Odin, Freya. They act as Raid's unique take on these familiar figures, as many people know, from Norse mythology, casting them as members of the mysterious, powerful Fae that are present in the world of Teleria. Everyone can receive the legendary champion Loki the Deceiver for free by simply logging into Raid for 7 days between now and October the 23rd. Players can log in for an additional 7 days after that to earn more rewards, access a second phase of rewards. Once the 14 days of logging in bonuses have been earned, players can, of course, obtain the 3 North mythology themed champions via in-game activities, so check in the game to see how you can collect those amazing champions. As part of the Asgard Divide, players can also enter special events that will be running. So if you haven't started playing yet, then what are you waiting for? Click the link down below in the description or scan my QR code to get the insane bonuses available via my link. But make sure to download Raid Shadow Legends today. Not only that, for downloading the game via my link in the description box or the QR code, you also get another epic champion called Tagore from the Org faction. Pretty cool supporting champion. Standing strong with his majestic sword and staff, leaving no soldier left behind. But not only that, when you actually reach level 15, you get another epic champion called Chernora, who is an epic attack champion from the Shadow King faction. But not only that, if you do download the game, link in the description, also link in the QR code. Come join my clan, Warheads, so make sure to download Raid Shadow Legends today. In the link description, in the pinned comment, or in the QR code, you can find it. It's right over the screen now. So Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige must really like Daniel Cretton in order to allow him to direct Spider-Man 4. Although the report from the Hollywood Reporter says he's in talks and it's exclusive, it's pretty much signed and sealed when a trade starts reporting that someone's in talks 90% of the time. Not only that, he was in talks and obviously the rumored favorite to be directing Avengers Kang Dynasty, Avengers 5, but now they're giving him Spider-Man 4, which is pretty much a guaranteed hit because every single Spider-Man movie basically makes money. So as we know, I'm not the biggest fan of Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi, it did okay at the cinema, $430 million, budget of 200. So it would have broken even at around 400. It basically broke even, but due to marketing, it probably would have lost a bunch of money. But the fans, Marvel Studios fans, generally love that movie. And although I don't like the movie, I have to say the fighting scenes are handled very well. So this would bring a new aspect to the Spider-Man movies, because let's be honest, although Tom Holland is a trained performer, trained gymnast, can do some pretty cool stunts, the fight scenes aren't always the best. So the report says this: the filmmaker behind Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, is in talks to sign to direct Spider-Man 4. The movie brings an end to a speculation on who would spin the web for the biggest franchise in Hollywood. I don't actually think that's true, but okay. Cretton will bring a fresh blood to the iteration of Spider-Man, which stars Tom Holland and co-produced between 2 studios. Sony and Disney own Marvel Studios, and it will make him the 4th director to take a Spidey solo. Okay, it's not going to be a solo movie though, let's be honest. John Watts directed the previous 3 Holland Spider-Man movies, with Mark Webb helming the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies. Andrew Garfield, Sam Raimi directing the trilogy featuring Tobey Maguire. So this is where it starts to get interesting here. It says sources say Spider-Man 4 is running, not crawling, full steam ahead and will shoot early next year. So people seem to think, and reports have suggested, this movie is going to be an Avengers level movie. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to have to be. Because if this movie is taking the slot in between Avengers Doomsday and in between Avengers Secret Wars. It means whatever's going to happen in Avengers Doomsday is going to have to carry on in Spider-Man 4, which has been rumored to be an Avengers level threat in terms of how the grand scale and the echelon of the movie. The article doesn't really say much. It just says it's in talks. The fact that a trade's reporting it basically means that it's most likely going to be happening. So we don't know a lot about Spider-Man 4, but we do know a lot about Spider-Man 4. And there's lots of different variations of what is going to be happening and what is going to be going on. So Spider-Man 4 starring Tom Holland and Zendaya will begin shooting early next year, according to said report. But there's actually lots of different reports about what this movie is going to be. From it's a street level grounded movie, but it can't be. Because if the ramifications of Avengers Doomsday carry on in this movie, it can't be. It's got to be a multiversal movie to a certain degree because we're in a multiversal saga. So lots of reports are saying at this point, Peter will be around 90 to 20. Before the spell, him and his friends were applying for college after graduating high school. Captain Obvious, you know me, I like the sarcasm. Spider-Man 4 is going to be an Avengers level event. Okay, every Spider-Man movie's kind of on that scale. Always has some, Tony Stark was in one of them. The last one had a bunch of different characters from the multiverse. And Sony want a multiversal movie because they can make more money. And then obviously there's reports that Andrew and Tobey are going to appear right at the end of the movie, which would make sense because that's going to go into Secret Wars. The plot is rumored to be about Spider-Man fighting a Pacific villain on a Battleworld version of New York City. Okay, everyone keeps talking Battleworld, Battleworld, Battleworld for the longest time ever. But realistically, who can we trust? Alex Perez. What does he have to say? And as you know, he's the most trusted, most reliable, got a lot of information right about Loki Season 2, got the most information right from all the scoopers and Deadpool and Wolverine. So this article came out before the director, Daniel Dustin Cretton, information came out, but he had this to say. When will we see Tom Holland's Spider-Man next? Soon, in the Avengers films and Spider-Man 4. It's obvious that Tom Holland will be, and it's reported again, Tom Holland will be the central Avenger in Avengers Doomsday. Why? Because he's their biggest star currently. Do you know who's planned to be the villain in the Tom Holland Spider-Man 4? No, although lots of people are throwing the names out of hats. For example, Spider-Man 4 is going to be Battleworld in a New York version. The symbiote, multiple villains deal with the spell, and more. So this spell's going to be broken. We all know that. We all know that MJ and Spider-Man will get back together for sure. So there's lots of questions asked on this Ask Me Anything thing that Alex Perez does on the Cosmic Circus. So the question it said, you said on the podcast, Tom Holland Spider-Man might be the anchor of the sacred timeline or 616. You think this still is the case, making him a huge character in the next Avengers movie? Alex says possibly, and a lot of other people seem to think Doctor Strange is also the anchor. It would make sense for Doctor Strange to appear in this movie, but you've probably seen lots of people quote tweeting this and subtweeting that Alex said that Spider-Man is actually the anchor. It's not what he actually said. Another question. Will Harry Osborn be introduced in Spider-Man 4? Not yet. So he's asked a question about the spell. Is the memory spell, the End No Way Home, something that's still further explored and demonstrated? E.g. certain people Avengers not remembering him, especially given the possibility time that may be skipped since No Way Home. Yeah, the spell will be explored more and eventually broken. Kind of makes sense because the whole multiverse is breaking, so why would a spell stay together? Another question, as you said, Spider-Man 4 will be a multiversal movie, possibly bring back the 3 Spider-Man, and then he responded, whoa, set it down, I didn't say any of that. I said there was a story shift. Is it still the plan that Holland, Peter, the black suit in Avengers movie or Doomsday or Secret Wars? Alex, it was. Now, as I've said before, there has been a shift. Interesting. Will Spider-Man come in contact with the symbiote in his 4th film? Alex, it's becoming an increasingly high possibility, obviously, because of the whole Spider-Man No Way Home ending, because of the Venom, kind of how Venom's going to start and what we've seen in the Venom trailer, pretty much look kind of obvious. So it's asked the question, following the changes in Spider-Man 4, will MJ's role in Spider-Man 4 be significantly or just an extended cameo? It will be done move to bench a big actress like Zendaya. Alex, Zendaya will not sign up for a cameo appearance, I tell you that. No, Zendaya will not be a cameo in any freaking movie. Let's be honest, she's gonna be there central. She's gonna be the co-main lead, most likely. It's obvious. They're not gonna bench her. So asking that kind of question, pretty redundant. Hi Alex, you're my favorite scooper. I don't really think he's a scooper. He just says what he heard. I have 2 questions. Will Spider-Man be one of the main characters in Doomsday? At the moment, yes, that does make sense. Could you see Tom Holland Spider-Man fight Tom Hardy Venom in Spider-Man 4? I have no comment at this time, as it's something is currently investigating with sources, and I want to be sure about what I'm hearing before I comment. And that's what I like about Alex Perez. He doesn't just come out and say something until he's actually vetted it and found out a lot of information. Another question, Spider-Man 4 will be a multiverse and street level elements? Yes. Some people going, it's going to be a street level movie. It's going to be in a New York multiversal place. Yeah, so it's basically going to be a Spider-Man movie in some kind of multiverse on Battleworld, and there's going to be some variation of New York City. Alex, since we know Spider-Man 4 will be at multiverse, will the Sony Sinister Six appear too? Doubtful, because we've already had a version of No Way Home, pretty much. Since we know Spider-Man 4 will likely be set in Battleworld, is there a chance of seeing SSU villains in the movie? We'll see. So that's basically what Mr. Alex Perez has said, and he's pretty much bang on all the time. As for who the overall villain is, no idea. Would be pretty cool if Tom Holland was to get the Venom symbiote in Spider-Man 4, but not actually turn into Venom until maybe like Secret Wars or or maybe Spider-Man 5, because it's clear Tom Holland's sticking around for a very long time, so they don't need to rush the Venom storyline. It all depends what Sony wants to do, because like I keep saying, Sony has the last say. Although Marvel produces this movie, Amy Pascal really does actually do everything to do Spider-Man still. So Sony still dictate to Marvel. Although Kevin Feige likes to kind of make out there's a partnership, it's not really. It's Sony getting their own way all the time. So like always, guys, let us know, what do you think about this Spider-Man 4 Avengers level movie? It really does have to happen like that. But some people say they don't want a multiversal movie again. We're in a multiverse saga, lads. It's going to be between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So it's going to have to be set somewhere in the multiverse for sure. Is Doctor Doom going to be a factor? I don't know, but it's going to be interesting, seeing as Tom Holland Spider-Man was the closest person to Tony Stark. So when he sees Doom, that's the same face as Tony Stark. God, Tom Holland is going to be acting his ass off, because that is going to be an incredible scene. So like always, guys, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the voice. Check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. And also, video sponsor down below, Raid Shadow Legends. Please download it. Click the link below. It helps support the channel. And I'll catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.